So I'm alone in a hotel. I'm traveling for work and for my day job. When I travel for work, I always try to kind of cut out some time in the day to further in some way this project that I'm doing, because my day job takes up like days and days. So yeah, I was just doodling a little bit and I thought, what better moment to kind of give an update on everything. I have quite a few updates actually, and just chit chat a little bit and keep myself company until I get tired. So let's start strictly with the music updates. I have been working every day. Every single day I really am finding happiness in this project. What I was doing in the beginning was I was hiring some producers from the internets because I didn't know any in person. And it's not that they weren't good, but it's difficult already to work with someone remotely, and it's even more difficult if they are halfway across the world. Like I hired some guy who was from Brazil, and he was really good, but the time zones made it difficult. Like every message that he would text me was like, sorry for the delay, sorry for the delay. It was driving me insane. And also with the fact that what I'm making, it's a concept album, so there has to be cohesion, right, between the the songs in order for them to tell the whole story. It just wasn't working. Basically, my vocal coach, when I was explaining to her my whole plan, she was like, well, you would really benefit from somebody that can actually work with you in person with the whole project, like having a vision of the whole thing and not just the specific. And I mean, yeah, that was like if I could, I would do that, you know. And so she found this guy, and I am producing the first song with him. I'm actually supposed to go to his studio next week, or this week, or last week, depending on when I manage to edit this whole thing. But yeah, and it's gonna be the first time that I actually go to the studio, to any studio. So it's gonna be amazing. I am really excited about that. And so that's update number one. I'm really happy, also because it's much easier to talk to somebody who, you know, you can talk face to face, you can call them on the phone. It's not through a site. But another very positive development that I wasn't expecting, as I was working with these people and I was developing more and more my vision for my music, I started to kind of work on myself too. Like I realized that I had kind of cleaned up all of my lyrics a lot, like to make them proper. But that's not what I wanted to do, and I had, you know, cleaned them up a lot because I was afraid that I was not gonna be able to perform them. And so I was like, okay, let's dial it back, let's make them safer. But that's not what I want to be about. I want to be experimental and free. If you want to do something, you can learn how to do it, right? So I went back to everything that I had done before the final version, and I scrambled together the pieces that I really liked, and I reworked the whole thing again. I've been reworking it so many times, but I am much happier with the lyrics now. And even as I was figuring out the melody and how I wanted to sing it, with the first version, the clean version, I was struggling so much with it because I didn't feel it as mine, right? This new version is, they almost fell out of me. And I think that's a good sign. And also I feel so empowered I hate that word, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it's stupid relating to this. Um, because I was hearing my voice, like my true voice. Because one of the things that I kind of figured out over the years had built this cast almost on myself, and like everything was very structured, very rigid, and I also became very rigid. This project kind of helped me realize that I was never satisfied with the way that I sang because I was singing with this cast on. It wasn't me, it was this proper persona. So that's why I didn't like it. I didn't see myself reflected in it. So I'm very happy that I am working on something that is making me feel very happy, and I am also bettering myself in the process. And I think that's one of the best things that art can do for you. I really did take a look inward because, you know, the story is a story of becoming you. I kind of realized that in my entire life, ever since I was a child, I never did anything that wasn't logical, that didn't make sense. For instance, in middle school, it was mandatory to play an instrument, like, and you could pick between a flute, the piano, and a guitar. And I didn't even realize it at the time that like there was another option. I could have chosen something that I liked. Like I liked the piano, but the thought process that I had at the time was, okay, I would pick the flute because it's the cheapest and it's the easiest to carry. And I missed out on, you know, learning how to play. Maybe I wouldn't have learned, you know, but we're never gonna know that because it didn't make sense. I made the most logical choice, and so for school and so for everything else. And I realized that the reason why I'm doubting myself a lot, it's because it's the first time in my life that I want to do something that is not the most logical thing. Which is kind of crazy. It's the first time that I am doing something that doesn't make sense. I don't have formal training. I am learning everything as I go. It's messy. And it's the first time in my life that I have made a decision to do something that didn't make sense and dared to want something that was not, I guess, almost like a given. Because yes, when I was in high school, I wanted to go. Well, I decided in the last year which university I wanted to go. And I did go there. Like I studied, I entered, I went there, I graduated. But that made sense. Like I had a bunch of logical reasons why that made sense, why that was a good step. And I don't necessarily regret it because, you know, I like my life and the choices that I made are the reason why I'm here today. But this is the first time in my life that I'm doing something that I want to do, even if it doesn't make sense. And I have never been happier. Now that I kind of realize this, I feel very free, a lot freer than I did before because I didn't realize why I was feeling so upset. I have been feeling a bit overwhelmed, learning how to use social media. Like it's been a bit jarring going from a casual user to someone who is actively trying to learn how to use them properly. um, just because it's a lot of work. I understand why people get degrees in this stuff. Like it's hard, man. it's and I would argue it's even harder to try and not lose yourself in the process. like to try and be yourself and be authentic while also speaking the language of the the platform that you're on, because we would all like to live in a world where you can be yourself and do whatever, but that's just not the case. I think it's important to apply yourself and use your platforms properly. That's what's logical, right? But yeah, that's been a bit jarring. Is be patient with all the random stuff that I'm posting everywhere. I am trying to figure out how to use every platform properly, and unfortunately, as much as I would like to do it in a vacuum and just come out knowledgeable, I have to do it publicly. The mortifying ordeal of being known, this is it. This is the mortifying ordeal. I get it now. But I am learning. I think I'm getting better. It does take time and it does take a lot of effort. I'm doing my best. That's it. I think I said everything that I wanted to say. So music is going well. I think I may have a little bonus before the EP comes out. Maybe. We'll see if it goes the way it's supposed to. You'll know soon. And yeah, I think I said everything.